good evening and welcome back to Newcastle, to our fifth club in this Journeyman save. We have won 3 of the 4 trophies we have set ourselves to win. Still one more to go. As usual, guys in the chat, if you can let me know, can you see everything okay, and can you hear me okay? Because I have absolutely no idea about that. And sometimes I think I might be talking to myself. But hello, Neil, welcome back. And we do have a big episode tonight. Because after Bournemouth, things are really hotting up. We're going to play Bournemouth first. And Bournemouth in 13th, they're playing okay. I mean, no, they're not playing okay. If we have a look at their schedule, we should be beating Bournemouth. But there's some things that I found with Bournemouth that are quite interesting. And then we have the first leg against Lazio. Nottingham Forest is going to be tough. And then the second leg against Lazio. Once again, I'm going to put a strong team out here. Hope we can get a few goals ahead and then rotate the team for this Lazio game. We then have to play Leeds, Sheffield United, Leicester, Sheffield United in the cup final. We could add another final to the end of season if we can beat Lazio. Who knows what's going to... Who knows what's going to happen here tonight. He had one Let's Kick Some Ball t-shirts on. I should wear that when I'm doing the weightlifting, Andy. Let's kick some balls here. Oh, I can't get into it. It's so hard. It's hard work is not my scene anymore. So, but Bournemouth are an interesting kettle of fish, even though they're disastrous results of late. That's a big red flag to begin with. I was looking at their scout report and I happened to notice just through the corner of my eye, and I was going down there and I was thinking they don't look as good as us. They're nowhere near as good as us. But then I saw this in isolation and acceleration, and I looked at some of these players and they have extremely good acceleration. It's got blistering acceleration. A lot of these players have got amazing acceleration. It's not backed up with pace. And that was a big red flag as well for me in terms of how I was going to set up against this bunch. They're also good dribblers. What I decided to do when I was setting up the team just before coming on air was I changed the back 4. The reason why I put Yoro in with Marcos, did we have a look at Yoro? Yoro has outstanding balance and agility, as well as a little bit of pace. Well, he's got good pace. He has outstanding balance and agility. His concentration is brilliant, and he has very good anticipation. His decisions are good as well. So I wanted players with those attributes in there. Marcos is the same now. Agility and balance, especially good, as well as his concentration is extremely good. His anticipation is extremely good. And the reason why I want those attributes, anticipation, agility and balance, is because if they are going to try and get behind us, use their acceleration to get behind us, these boys need to turn, and they need to turn quickly. And so hi Tunkai. And so that's why I've changed the back 4 for this game. And it's good because it means that I'm rotating. I also have Moreno. He has good agility and balance. He can turn. And Patterson hopefully is the same. Yeah, good agility and balance, and should be able to turn and get back into position to defend against their dribbling and acceleration. So that I've changed the defence a little bit. How are you doing, Tunkai? So for Bournemouth, and I'm going to play positive, but because of that, I'm going to play in a mid-block with a standard line. The mid-block, because we're not going to counter-press, so it doesn't make any sense to be putting players high up the pitch. And we'll see how that goes. Pass into space and work the ball into the box. Do they work together? Well, who knows? I think that it... pass into space, you can find space in the box, so I don't see why they wouldn't work particularly well. Now there's a big fixture, Arsenal Manchester City, and if Arsenal lose and we win, then we can go top with a game in hand. That's what I would like to happen. I don't know if it is going to happen that way. I have rotated the team. And I know my assistant of old, he loves to go attacking. I just am going to resist any word in my ear about attacking. I'm not doing it at the moment. I've also rested a lot of players. I've taken Wirtz off. I'm taking Gray out. Whether or not I'm underestimating Bournemouth, I don't know. But I think it's important at this time to rotate. The squad is going to suffer from fatigue. And it's very important, I think, to rest players at this point. Maybe a good thing, maybe not. But we'll see. There's a couple of players that I do want to keep an eye on from Bournemouth. And Olise is one. He's a top player. And Nwani, how do you say that? Waneri. He is he's in exceptional form. So I want those two type marked. Max Aarons, I also want type marked. He's in very, very good form. And it's exceptional pace. I want to make sure that my wing backs are not closing down too much, and yeah, I've got them set to close down less because I don't want them zipping up the pitch and then being bypassed by the opposition wingers who have this blistering acceleration. In general, because of that as well, I'm going to come off my trigger press a little bit more so that I'm not having players rushing out at players and getting bypassed. At the end of season, this is kind of really weird because I should be really attacking Bournemouth, but I'm a little bit wary of the end of season fatigue, and teams like Bournemouth can spring a surprise on you. If you don't take this game seriously, they could easily spring a surprise. I'm hoping that Arsenal can do us a favour. Keep an eye on that Manchester City game. And if Arsenal can do us a favour here today, that'll be really cool. And we haven't made the greatest of starts, but it was just a silly mistake and we've picked the ball up again. And Bournemouth are playing wing style, so it's very, very important to have that standard line so that they're not going to get behind our defence and cause me problems down the flanks. We're the better team at the moment. We're creating chances, and that's good. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing, my friend? And we need to score a goal. Valesa, we need a goal. Unlucky, son. Come on, boys. If we can win this and Manchester City can do us a favour, Arsenal can do us a favour at home to City, we'll go top with a game in hand. And that would be just what we need. And there is the goal I was dreading. The referee's checking for offside. I have a funny feeling he might have been slightly offside. But what does this mean for me? Do I need to push the line further up? It's disallowed, but this is a concern. Do I need to push that line further up? And it's like, where did this come from? They were just like, had they been in an onside position, I don't think it would have been that dangerous. So I'm not going to do anything at this point. But you can see, I can see there that the acceleration that they have is something to be wary of. Alex Scott is being a little bit of a nuisance. I was actually looking at him the other day and thinking of signing him. He's a squad type player. And I think he'd probably do a very good job, but he's way too expensive to like 100 million for somebody who's like a squad player. And we do have a chance and we've missed it. Oh boy, we have had 4 chances, 3 on target. We're clearly the better side, but they have got that threat with them. And it's nip and tuck at the moment. Patterson is having a very good game down the left. And it might be worth just seeing if we can focus on that. Just for a while, just for 10-15 minutes to see if we can make something of that. Cunha. also is someone I have to be aware of. He's the one who's given the ball away the most. So I think that might be worth going to Cunha and just closing him down. He's given the ball away quite a lot. And so might be worth closing him down, putting him under pressure. Bournemouth have had 2 opportunities, none of them on target. It's just one of these games that you could easily lose. And FM is setting up, has been setting up the game for a last match season for a long time. But if we can win games that FM has been trying to get us to lose, then we're going to be in a decent position. I don't know if I should trust my defence a little bit more, push the line up a little bit and go more, try to play more in their half. I don't know if I should do that. We shall see at half-time. I might at half-time just try to compress that space by pushing the line up, despite the fact that they have that acceleration, and just trust my defence a little bit. We're giving a lot of free kicks away as well, which I don't want to be doing. And so I'm going to ask the boys to stay on their feet. I don't want to be giving a lot of free kicks away, because they could easily score from one of those. It's an even game at the moment, very even game at the moment. At half-time, we're going to have a look at this. Another free kick. This time it's a sneaky one. But the interesting, we did stay on our feet there. They're always difficult, these games, like Bournemouth, Forest as well, and I've got to play them as well. Nothing is straightforward at the moment, and they are definitely coming back into the game now. They haven't had any of their shots on target though, which is a good sign. Means that they're not functioning, their finishing is not functioning. But at the moment, I think if anybody's going to score, it's going to be we are going to score. It's just, do I have the nerve to risk being caught out at the back? I'm very aware of their acceleration, but I've also picked defenders who are fast and can turn quickly. There's another chance. It's a nothing chance, though. And it's nip and tuck, this. It could go either way. I still fancy we are the better team. I still fancy us to score rather than Bournemouth. And there's another chance, but Carioca can't get on the end of it. We are kind of like Bournemouth are a bit more frantic up top than we are. And that's possibly why they're struggling to score. We need to calm down a little bit and just be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. We've got the ball again. Let's pass it around, boys. And I think at half-time I probably will push the line up and go to try to play more in their half of the field. At the moment we're playing, as you can see, in the middle third, which is what a mid-block will do, and trying to push forward when the opportunity arrives. Depends on whether we score from this one, but also has a chance and can't put it in either. So it might be that because we're not scoring, we might need to take a step back. No, I'm going to stay on feet because they were giving tons of free kicks away. And we avoided a penalty, I noticed, because one did stay on his feet. Go on, Kamalo. And Kamalo's not having the best game either. Expect more of that boy. And he's not delivering at the moment. Come on, let's have a goal from a corner. Let's get this goal before half-time. And it's not going to happen from this corner. Veloso picks it up. Kamalo, lovely pass. What a chance. It's not been put in. It's going to be half-time. And that is going to be half-time. So my instinct, having dominated the game, Patterson wants to press more. I don't want him pressing more. I'm not happy with the performance. And my instinct is to push the line up and to push us up into a high press. because I don't think we are doing enough in their third. And to put the press on, if Patterson's complaining, then we'll put the trigger press up a little bit as well. It's a gamble, a big gamble, but I've got two attacking wing backs here, and I think I want to make the most of that. Hi Kevin, how you doing? Hi Craig. Tunkai, these offsides are so annoying after corners. The whole thing is a bit annoying at the moment. Like the pressure I'm under at the moment is incredible. There's a couple of players maybe I want to have a quiet word in their ear. Moreno perhaps. The 6.6 I don't think is that bad, but 6.4 Moreno is not particularly good, and I'm not happy. 6.6, if there's a 6.5, I'm going to tell the midfielders that you have the ability to make a difference, and the attackers. I need you to step up and win this game. I don't know if it's going to work by pushing the lineup. I have a feeling I'm taking too much of a risk at this stage, but I just want to get a goal, and then I'm going to go into a low block and protect it. And I just feel like I need to put more pressure on them, and that was better, putting pressure on winning the ball. So we'll see how that little change in our lines works out. Alex Scott, I just might have a word with one of my midfielders about Alex Scott and just tell him, let's just tight mark him. Let's take him out of the game. He's a player I was looking at a couple of days ago when I was had nothing to do, and I came into the save just to have a look. Patterson's playing well, but it's not really making too much difference, so we'll take that off, and we'll just focus as normal. And I think that I'm going to cause myself problems here. I think the high line is going to cause me a problem, but I am stuck with it now. I've decided to take that chance, and I just worry that with the acceleration they've got, they're going to get behind me. And they have scored, and that was my concern. Even though that was from a set piece, it's because I changed my lines. I wasn't patient enough, and they've gone and scored. And I just got to hope that Manchester City are not winning now as well. Manchester City are probably drawing, I'm guessing. Yeah, Arsenal 0, City. So we're going to go further behind in terms of... And this is exactly what I didn't want. We have to go for them now. And I have to go attacking. I have to go for the jugular, basically. Some players probably need to come off. This is not... I mean, the rotation was a risk as well. Carioca's got himself injured. He definitely needs to come off now. So, desperate times need desperate measure. We're going to go attacking, put pressure on them. I don't think my counter press has worked in the second half of the season. It worked perfectly well at the beginning of the season. It just stopped working. We've got caught again, and they do have this pace up front which we can't cope with. Despite the fact that we have an extremely powerful, quick defence, we can't cope with it. And Konate's in. Konate's equalised out of nothing. Out of absolutely nothing. I don't believe that. ZSM, how are you doing, my friend? Out of nothing. Blistering pace. And he has done it, and it's now time to make these changes. Well, this season keeps going. We have to keep attacking now. Landerson is poor. Why is he down there? So Landerson is poor. He needs to come off. Where is he? donkey, and João Neves can come on instead of him. Carioca's injured. What is going on with this? Why is Carioca there? So Carioca's injured. Shazavari can come on, and Veloso can go into the attacking role. And no, maybe Mora. Let's give Mora a game. I think I want to put more firepower up top there. Konate's playing well. Kamalo's actually not playing too bad. But Moreno's having a poor game, so Peterson can come on. And let's make some changes, and let's go for the jugular, boys. We're back in it. Let's go for it. And maybe my assistant was right. Maybe I just gave them too much respect. And I've got to stop giving teams like Bournemouth too much respect. And to win these games, we've got to believe in ourselves a bit more. Oh, what a chance for the Velociraptor. Oh, I'm not excited. I'm just like, I am so nervous about this. There are 3 trophies that we still could win. And after this, we've got to go and play Lazio in the first leg of the semi-final. It's just all go here. It's just nuts. Come on, we need the win here. Mora, back out to Kamalo. Come on, Kamalo, into the box. Lovely cross. Can't get on the end of it. Marcos tidies up. I mean, it was a gamble playing Yoro. Marcos is the one who's not playing particularly well. Yoro's played a little bit better. I've done a quiet word in Marcos's ear. I need to demand more from him. He's a better player than a 6.4. I need to make a couple more changes. Do I bring on Gray, that extra bit of firepower for Kamalo? Tonali isn't playing particularly well. Kamalo is on a 7, so it's possible. I mean, I want Kamalo on shoot less often. I don't want him to shoot. He's better when he's looking to supply people. And Konate is tired. Do I bring on Gray for Konate? Or leave Konate on because he's playing well? Probably need to swap Larsson in here for Landerson. What I could do actually is push Yoro up into the anchor and bring Boyomo on. Don't want to do that. So I'll bring on Larsson as the anchor. And we'll leave one towards the end to see who gets very tired. Patterson has had a very good game. Alex Scott, we've put him to sleep now since we type marked him. Max Aarons hasn't done anything particularly dangerous. We've been the better team again. But we just haven't been clinical enough. What's going on here? So there was a bit of a dance going on there. And we have picked the ball up. The high line hasn't particularly hurt us too much. They haven't really been able to get behind us despite the high line. So maybe if I'd had a high line from the beginning, it might have been better. But I mean, I believed that for a long time the game has been setting up this, so we're going to go toe to toe, aren't we? Here, we're going to go absolutely toe to toe. Come on, Peterson, come on to the byline. Come on, son, into the Velociraptor. Peterson again. Don't shoot. You had 3 players inside you, 3 top class forwards. No, that's going to slow things down. We don't want to do that. Bring your fullbacks up to wide midfielders. You're having a laugh with the kind of acceleration they have. I'm not willing to sacrifice the game. We're actually doing okay, but they are actually attacking us, and I'm not willing to be silly and sacrifice the game. We have to defend as well, because they're not doing a bad job. So what they're not able to do is to get into the wide spaces, despite the fact that we've been playing with this high line. So I may even take a chance and push us higher up and see if we can't get that goal that way. Somebody must be tired now. And Kanate looks tired. Kamalo, no. Veloso, the Velociraptor is tired. So let's bring Shazavari on. Let's see if we can't, just by pushing the line up a little bit more and trying to play really in their half, if we can't sneak that goal. It's not going to happen. I think it's going to finish 1-1. It's not a defeat, but it's not a victory. 7 minutes. There's going to be at least one highlight in this 7 minutes for sure. And we are just, the clock's counting down. Come on, FM. Let's give us a highlight. Come on. Come on. It's not going to give us a highlight, is it? It's going to tick down. The clock's ticking down. There is going to be a highlight for Bournemouth. You're kidding me. It's headed clear. And there's a break on here. Control it. Take your time. Control it. Lovely pass. Into space. Into space. Oh, he was through. He was through. If Peterson had seen him, he was through. But it's finished 1-1. And that's not ideal. You were not good enough today. Not good enough. And I don't know where we finished up now. We're in third now. But because an Arsenal beat Manchester City, and that is just the worst thing that could have happened. And that's FM wanting it to go down to the wire. That's classic FM, that, when we drew, City lost. We have a game in hand. So if we win our game in hand, we'll go 2 points clear. But I got to focus on Lazio now. I mean, ZSM, the pass, I could see it. He was bombing his way forward. And if he just lumped it up the pitch, if Peterson had had the vision to lump it up the pitch, he'd have been through on his own. Oh, boy. What a game. What a game this is. Drives me nuts. I thought we'd done enough then. What was interesting is I think I've got to be less cautious about my lines. And I've got to go for it. And I can't afford to... How long's he out for? 2 weeks. I can't afford to be defensive anymore. We have to be more attacking. I've got so much attacking threat up there. So now we're going to look at Gray coming back into the team. So I've got all these very, very good players on the bench. Jesus Aber will come into the team. Swap him over with Marcos. And Arwell Davis will come in at fullback. He's been rested now. Peterson has been rested, so he should be fit and ready and eager to go. And then I have Tonali. I'm going to play... where is he? I've lost him. Where is Larson? Larson's gone. I don't know where he's gone. But he must be in the reserves, is he? There he is. And why is he in this squad now? No, he's in the senior squad. What? Where is he? Oh, there he is, but he's unregistered. So Tonali will have to play. He'll have to start. And we will put in Neves. Neves, who was rested, he can come in with Tonali. We rested a few of them. Akim Gray will come in for Kumalo. Kanate is dog tired. We'll have to keep an eye on him. But Kumalo could possibly. Frimpong can come onto the bench. I don't want to play Frimpong too much, and so I'll keep Moreno on the bench. I'm fed up with Frimpong and have transfer listed him. He is wanted. He's wanted by Tottenham and Al Hilal. Got a price of 90 million on him. Quite happy to sell him. He's a pain in the butt, and I don't want that kind of player in the Veloso or Carioca. Carioca's injured, so Florian Wirtz will come in to play alongside, and I might play Shazavari instead of Veloso. Good young player, Shazavari. So that might be the team that I'm putting out against Lazio. Just got to see how good Lazio are or how good they're not. Standard of refereeing in England is not good. Well, I don't want to upset the referees. I really don't agree with that. Let's upset Mourinho instead. And, I've upset Mourinho a few times in this save. Quick tip, click the space bar. Yeah, I know. I'm an old man. It's just habit. And if I click the space bar, my microphone stand is in the way. And I sometimes knock the microphone over. So yeah, just I'm an old man, so I'm allowed. It looks like Carioca. How much of a disappointment is that? I'm not even going to answer that because I can upset the other players, and I'm not falling into that trap. Hi Jimmy, how you doing? I think I need some tactical help at the moment. What is the problem, mate? And teams are spamming 4-2-2 counters. Are they going down the middle or are they going down the flanks? The 4-2-3-1 tactic. Hey Simon, good to see you. Vangelis, good to see you. Squeezed one tonight. They're down the flanks, then drop the line. I've just recently done a video on how to play against wing play, and that will include the 4-4-2. And the secret is drop your line. You have to defend. Let's just quickly look through that. If you're playing in this style, which most people do, you've got a whole bunch of space down here, and that is space that they're going to look to exploit. Best thing to do is to drop your line. Depending on how good your defense is, you might have to come down another notch. You've got to close that space. Basically, you have to give them no space at all. If you come down to a standard, you probably get away with just doing a standard. Just not moving your high press, but you might have to come down to a mid block as well to compress the space in here. If you go to a lower line or defensive line to stop that space, then you're going to have to come down into a low block because you can't give them that much space in the middle. So it's pretty much basically about your lines and where you're placing your lines. And wherever you defend, you have to make sure that you're not giving them too much space in the middle. And that then you'll just drop your offensive line. If you drop your offensive line, then you're going to have to come off your counter press. It's pointless. So just a couple of quick tips for you there. I know the 4-4-2 is horrendous to play against, but generally I find if you have a good standard of defense, dropping it to standard will do the job. Where was I? Well, right, let's have a look at Lazio, shall we? They're about as good as we are. There's very little difference between the two teams. We might be slightly better. Nothing's jumping out at me except to say that they are an extremely good team. They have lots of bags of pace. Luigi, who's a winger, is in good form. Vardy is struggling for form. I don't even know if he's in the team. So Jay Stansfield is the top scorer with 11 goals. Now, if that's the standard that they're playing, he's not very good. I got to remember that this, of course, is for the Italian league, so we probably are better than they are. I just want to go quickly and have a look. Where do I find it? I think it's in the reports. I think it's in the team reports. If I go to this screen, if we just have a look at their physicals, we're a more physical team than they are. Their mentals, they're slightly braver than we are, and they've got higher aggression. But looking at these mentals, we are a much better team in terms of mentals. And technicals, touch and go, but we're slightly better. Their technical ability is not that great over the team. Their mentals is not really that great for Premier League. And if you look at our mentals, 15s and 14s and 13.5, those are more Premier League mentals. These are not quite Premier League mentals. Their defence is better. Their physicals are better. They're quite a physical side. But so are we. So I don't think I should have that much to worry about. And we are away, though. We're going to play in a balanced. And I'm going to take them seriously. I'm going to play in a mid-block since I'm not counter-pressing. And I think we are a better team than they are, to be fair. The grandpa didn't even know how to use a mobile. I'm sure that's not true. You know, it's really funny. People think I grew up with computers since day one that computers were brought into people's homes. I remember somebody coming into work one day and saying he bought a computer and he had a computer in his house. I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, I've got a computer in my house. And he said, do you know what? There's like this program I downloaded, and I talked to someone in Australia last night, and he was like amazed. You did what? He downloaded, I think it was AOL Chat. It was at the time. So I just I got to get one of those. So I went out and I bought a top of the range computer, £1,200, £1,200, and it had 4 megabytes of RAM. My friends only had 2 megabytes of RAM, but I had 4 meg of RAM. I was like the bee's knees in those days. I was like, and then my friend bought this computer game, which was like a war game, and it was run in DOS, and you had to load it up from the floppy disk, I think it was then, and it run in DOS. And I do want to sign you, buddy. I do. I really do. And it might come. It may well come. It's already on my short list. And he bought this computer game, which was landing airplanes on an aircraft carrier, and then you take off and go and do missions. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. It's just, and how computers have developed. What? Youth candidates are still awaiting decisions on their future. I do not believe contract offers. What? I think there's 1 or 2 young prospects in here. What about this boy? He's failing, isn't he? He's not doing the job. My assistant is right. He's not doing the job. I had high hopes from him. Tonali's injured. Brilliant. It's just before the game. Hi, veteran. How are you doing, my friend? 4 megs. I'll tell you what, ZM. Nobody at that time could afford 4 megs of RAM. That was whoa. And I think I remember having a hard drive of, it's 200 megabytes. And I remember thinking, there is no way I am ever going to fill that up. 200 megabytes or something. Like, oh, God. Oh, boy. Suwone, can he play? I wonder. I don't think he can. He's not registered. Hey, veteran, I'm good. How are you doing, my friend? Just having a mad moment where I was remembering my first computer. Oh, boy. You guys have never lived. So he's saying don't change what I've done except put Kamalo in for Shazavari. He likes Kamalo as well as I do. And I feel I should go along with him. Tonali is going to suffer. So I think we'll go along with his suggestion and see what he's done with the bench, because I wouldn't have been able to put a bench together. Landerson, who is this guy? Mora, Moreno, Siedemar, almost back to training. Shazavari, Yoro, Lam, Veloso, Frimpong. Yeah, I guess everybody else is either injured or... That's not a bad bench. It's not a bad team either, given the crises we're in at the moment. Veloso, he's tipped. Veloso is tipped to be one of the European Player of the Year. So I'm going to put him in. I did read an email a while back that he was tipped to be European Player of the Year. How old am I? I'm 66, Tunkai. In January, I will be 77. 77. I'm 66 and not very good at maths. In January, I'll be 67. Oh, you're kidding me. No way. Oh, no way. You're kidding me, guys. So I'm going to have to play Moreno. I'm not playing Frimpong. I refuse. I just refuse to play Frimpong. And these guys will learn. If they upset me enough, I throw my toys out of the pram. And they don't get another chance after that. They need to behave themselves, and they need to learn that. I wonder if that could ever be built into... Could I buy Saka? If that could ever be built into FM, where they've got to learn you don't upset the manager. That would be real AI. Now, there's a boy I might be interested in signing. Might be. Decent, very decent. But really what I want to do is focus on the midfield for next time. What about this guy, Roberto? 21-year-old Brazilian. The only problem is he can tackle and he can mark, but he's a playmaker, and I don't play with a playmaker here. He can play as an anchor, and he can play as a volante, probably more suited to a volante, but his finishing for a volante isn't very good. He would, I think, with development, couple more years of development, he's got what it takes. A brilliant passer of the ball. Maybe I need to change my system for next year. Who knows what I'll do in the summer transfer window. And this is it. The first leg. No, he wants Frimpong. I'm not putting Frimpong in. And I want Veloso to continue in his quest to be the European Player of the Year. I don't know why he's got that. He must have played well in the group stages. So I think he deserves his shot. And everybody's very pleased except for the assistant manager. But it's okay. I told him to leave. Leave the meeting. If you're going to be a little bit of a twit, leave the meeting. And he's got to learn as well that I respect his opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm the governor. Hang on, we are favourites here. I did suspect that that's the Italian scout report. But I don't want to say that. I know we are. I don't know what to say. We're favourites for a reason. Go out there and leave them in no doubt as to why. Now, this is going to be quite an interesting little match, isn't it? I mean, with the fact that they have like a player like Stansfield. Hang on, I forgot to do this. Stansfield up top. I'm going to type mark him anyway. Just in case he's a problem. See, they're not that great, are they? They're not. Good for the Italian league, but nowhere near British standard. Had a legendary night out with George Best. Behave, Andy. Did you have Miss World's high heels? That was way back in the day, that was, Andy. Way back in the day. I'll take a draw here. I'll take a 0-0 here, even though it'll mean that we've had 2 draws on the trot. I really will have no problem away from home having a 1-0 or a 0-0 or even a 1. Look at the state of my shape. It's dreadful. They're dragging us all the way over to the right. Come on, tackle him. And the shape we're in is dreadful. Come on, boys. You know better than this to let them go down the sides like that. You know better than that. I need to tell them. I need to demand more of them. This is not good enough. Good header out. Good, well done. Nicely closed down, but I think maybe I'm going to have to push my line up. There's a lot of stuff going on in the middle of the pitch there. I might have to push my line up, and I'm going to do that now. Because there is a lot of stuff going on in the centre of the pitch. So we're going to play higher. I don't really want to engage them high up the pitch at the moment. But I do want to keep them out. I want to keep them out of this space here. And they're getting a lot of bodies in this space here. And they're pressing quite high as well. It might be that I want to just stop playing out of defence and go over the press. We'll see. So we should be winning this, but I'll take a draw. Go on, Veloso. Lovely pass. Canote. Yeah, ooh, almost from Neves. Almost. Looks like we are the better team at the moment. We've kind of got our act together a little bit. Oh, nice little flick. Since we pushed the line up, we've got our act together a little bit. Lovely pass. Moreno. I know what you're going to say. Frimpong would have put that away. I know what you're going to say. What's my best ever football memories at SM? That's hard to say. Oh, no, it isn't. It was in the stadium. And when Manchester United beat Bayern Munich. And that's a funny story as well. Because my girlfriend at the time, her boss got sick. And he gave her 2 tickets. And I can remember, like, with 10 minutes to go, and Bayern Munich had... Oh, come on, FM. Bayern Munich had just hit the crossbar, the overhead kick. And I told my girlfriend I had enough, I've watched enough, I want to go. And she made me stay until the end. And if she hadn't have made me stay, I'd have missed United scoring those late goals and missed the celebrations that went on. So yeah, I do remember that. That's probably my best ever football memory. I can't tell you the excitement and the celebrations afterwards, how I felt afterwards. It's just like unbelievable moment in my life. Oh, come on, boys. This is wasteful. We should be 2-0 up. This is dreadful from our players up top. We are just tanking them now since I made that little Barcelona PSG 6-1. Yeah, you don't get many of those memories. I mean, I've got tons of rugby memories because I used to go to the home nations a lot. So I've got tons of rugby memories. It was, and the funny thing is, yeah, I mean, I nearly went home. If I'd have been on my own, I would have gone home. But my girlfriend said, look, these tickets were a gift. We are not going anywhere. We're going to stay to the end. So reluctantly, I sat back down again with about 8 minutes to go. Moaned and muttered under my breath. And we need to be a little bit more dynamic, I think. We're going to go in, although we're not going to counter press, we're going to try and play higher up the pitch. And I'm going to go positive as in the second half with a better team. And although we're probably going to leave some space at the back, I think that we should be ahead. And I'm going to tell them that we should be ahead. It's time to dig in. Players playing badly. Gray is playing poorly. Neves poorly. And they need to be told I'm not happy. And so let's get back out there, boys. Where am I from? I'm from Wales originally, but now I now live in Woking, near Woking. But I've lived abroad for most of my working life. I've travelled abroad working. So I'm multinational. How excited am I for the new manager? There's a lot to prove, and I've seen photographs of Rashford's face in training, and he doesn't look happy, and that's because Amarin is demanding that they run back when they lose the ball and that they stop doing this when they lose the ball. Oh, I'm so unlucky, and just standing where they are. And that's why United are so bad defensively. That they have to be better than that, and they have to. And he's getting them all to run back, so he deliberately will lose the ball, and then the whole team has to run back. And Rashford's face, the photographs of his face are like really sulky. So he's got a job on. I've got a job on here because we are not playing very well. Gray is having an absolute nightmare. And this is fatigue now. This is what this is. It's pure fatigue. Velosso's playing well. Gray's playing poorly. Canote has played game after game. Neves not playing well again. It's hard to know what to do here. I'm going to bring Yoro on for Neves and put Tonali in the Volante role. And then Wirtz is playing well. Velosso's playing well. These two Muppets up top. Who's Callum Gate? Never heard of him. I'm going to play Kamalo for Konate. I will tell Kamalo to shoot less often. and take more risks, and hopefully he will pass the ball, give Gray a chance. Marcos isn't that bad. Tiredness, Tonali's tired. Rosary and Caswell, he might have to come on and have a game. May well have to come on and have a game. It's not brilliant. He's training well. Landerson, of course, can come on. So maybe Landerson can come on for Tonali. Oh, let's go with that. I just don't feel very... like my attack is not functioning very well. And I pushed the lines forward a little bit now. So let's hope that being a bit more positive... we are a better team than them. I'm going to go to my assistant. I don't know what's happening there, but I'm going to go to my assistant. I'm going to get him to give me some advice. Stanfield, I'm still going to type mark. Nobody really is causing me dire problems. We just need to score a goal and ease the manager's nerves. Go on, Kamalo. I've asked him to take some more risks, and what does he do? A backward pass. Come on, into the corner. Yes, what a strike! Florian Wirtz. That's the way to do it. And we have gone a goal ahead. That is the way to do it. I wish to sidetrack you too much. What's the difference between the anchor and a halfback? The anchor's just going to sit as an extra centre half, basically, whereas a halfback's going to wander around. He's not going to go too far, but he's not going to slot into the back line. If there's a problem, the anchor's going to just jump in here and be an extra centre half, but the halfback is just going to wander around. He might get a little bit further forward and cause a bit of mischief, but the anchor's going nowhere, basically, like the name says. Anchor, he's going nowhere, and he's going to act as an extra centre half, pretty much. Right, more changes. You can always go and check these. You can see from the description. You go and have a look. They tell you what the anchor is. He's just give us what is the name implies. He's going to sit there, and he's going to drift into become an extra centre back if there are problems. He's not going anywhere. Whereas the halfback, you want to see Frimpong. Well, Moreno is tired, so Frimpong is going to come on. Reluctantly, I'm not even going to shake his hand or do anything. He's upset the manager. Hey, Craig, how you doing? And then who's got Chris Lamb? Is he good enough? Is he good enough? He is good enough. He doesn't have the pace, so I'm going to bring Chris Lamb on for Gray. I'm going to bring Chris Lamb because Gray is ineffective, but I'm going to play him as a pressing forward. And just have him a little bit deeper and putting pressure on. And then maybe Kamalo. Oh, yeah, Chris Lamb. Here's a name to remember in the future, I think. Is he going to do it? Nobody's particularly been very dangerous. And they've continued to focus down the flanks, but my high line has held. Haven't seen anything of them getting in behind. I'd even take a draw. I won't be too unhappy with a draw at this point. The skin is work the space. It's the earlier version, not the new one. I think that there are subtle differences, and I don't know if you can get the earlier one. but they're pretty much the same, I think. Come on, Verts. What are you doing? We've got this. We've got this. Next year we have to win the Champions League, so we are going to finish in the Champions League spots, but I want trophies this year. And there's 3 up for grabs. Chance! Oh, Kamalo, where were you? Lovely pass. Oh, Kamalo set you up absolutely perfect then, Arwell. You can stay on your feet as well. No, we don't want to do that. We've only got small boys up front. We're doing well enough. We're 1-0 up away from home. They've got to come to St. James's Park and beat us at St. James's Park, and that's not easy to do. We've been the better side. I think we've been worth more than 1 goal, though, but Gray was out of sorts today. It's a bit of a shame. And it's going to end as a 1-0 win, is it? That one more highlight. Maybe we can get 2. Just don't give one away on the counter-attack now. Go on, Florian. Go on, son. Come on, 1 more goal. We can do this. A late goal. We haven't had a late goal in centuries. Jesus Abba thinks he's a winger. Well, that's not a bad little pass. But what are you doing there? I know I'm playing with a high line, but not that high. This is why I'm not playing that high. They're going to break away and score here, are they? What was Jesus Abba doing then? Go on, intercept it. Well done. Almost. We've got ourselves in real trouble then. Absolutely dreadful play. I'm going to come down to balanced. That was absolutely shocking from Jesus Abba. He caused no end of problems. And now they've got the momentum, but we've pinched it back. Still, though, this game has come to an end. Oh, kittens or what? We'll take that. We'll take that one. And it was a good win away from home. What a goal from Florian Wirtz. What a brilliant strike. Oh. I don't know how much more I can take. The pressure of end of season. But we're still doing well. This unbeaten during the month of April. Nottingham Forest now in a couple of days. So I need to... I'm talking about rotation, but my team has been decimated a little bit with injuries. So I don't know if I can rotate. Cedamar, are you coming back, son? 3 days. Not going to be ready. Oh, boy. Come on, boys. Come on. No, not at all, Tunkai, because the whole aim of this save is to win 4 of the 5 continental trophies. We've won 3. And we're after the Champions League. We can't win the Champions League this season. We can only win the Europa. But we are going to qualify. I'm pretty confident that we're going to qualify for the Champions League. So next season, my goal is to win the Champions League. Can we do it? It's always possible. Look at Nottingham Forest. They're absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And yet we're going to make hard work out of this. This is like, why? Why are we going to make hard work out of this? Oh, control possession. But they are not good enough to play control possession. And it's just very interesting that they would play in that way. We're going to push our lines up. Because they are definitely not good enough to be playing out from the back, putting pressure on us up front. We have to put pressure on them. And we're going to play positive. They're not good enough to play in that way. Only top teams can play with a controlled possession successfully. Stefan, good to see you. I'm not quite sure about that, Stefan, but we're doing all right. We're holding our own here. We're doing all right. Yes, I do a lunchtime save with Ipswich as well on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Usually starts around 12 o'clock, Tunkai. We've got an Ipswich save going on at lunchtime if you want to come and join us. There's quite a good bunch in there as well. I'm getting quite a few people coming in to have a look. Hey, RC. Oh, Rick. Hey, Rick. I remembered. How are you doing, Rick? So, yeah. Good to see you, Stefan. Haven't seen you for a long time, and it really is good to see you. Yeah, I know. A lot of people here are probably working. That's why you're in the evening ones. So, yeah, I'm streaming 6 days a week now. Must be feeling better. I'm actually enjoying it, both saves, because we're using this lines system, and I'm really enjoying playing because you win a lot of games. Once you understand the lines philosophy. Look at this training, 5.7. That's absolutely disgraceful. Even Andy would train better than that. Good heavens. 6.1. What is the matter with you people? It's like Rashford here. Do some training. No, I haven't got time to play saves just for me. Yes, of course, Andy, you're right. I could be sued. Well, now you put yourself up there, Andy. You have to be willing to be taken down. That's why he's not doing the business. Right. Ooh, look, my assistant is calling for the reintroduction, for the reintroduction of Frimpong. And I've played Moreno a lot these days. I'm happy that things are getting back to normal, Stefan. Very happy. Do you have any time, Stefan, at the moment for Football Manager? Oh, it's like Frimpong, Yoro, Doig. Now that's a good call. Landerson, Neves, Shazavari, Kamala. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to keep that. Those boys up top, they need to keep playing until they get back into form. I agree with him. So, who's he got on the bench? Patterson, Moreno. That'll be all right. Boyomo, who's the worst trainer in the world. Veloso, Larson on the bench. Jesus Abba is a bit out of favour at the moment. Siedemar must be coming back to fitness soon, as well as Peterson. Arwell Davis, yeah, have a rest. Guehi is not back for 4 weeks. He's out for the season, I think. So these centre halves are having to work extremely hard. So I've got Larson. I've only just got one. Of course I have Prowsey. We have Prowse. Who can come in for Lamy there. And of course we have Suwon, who is fit again. Now he is due some game. I like this player, this young lad, who's constantly in my ear telling me I need more game time, and he's going to get more game time. So he's any sign that one of these is off, then he's coming on. So I think we should be beating Nottingham Forest, and if we can beat them. Karaoke is doing well. He's actually gone up half a star, Karaoke. Oh, my nerves are shot. What is going on here? Tactics, tactics, and tactics. I actually don't think, apart from the spell I had at Juventus, that's the only time I've played in Italian football. I wasn't at Juventus very long. I don't know what happened at Juventus, but I wasn't there very long. Um, some of the chat can probably remember that better than I did. It was the save that did my head in. What's this? Supporters don't seem very happy, do they? The board A-, not bad, not bad. I think they're going to allow us to have another season. Qualified for the Europa League. I don't care about that. We already qualified for the Europa League. We won the Carabao Cup. But you want to win the league. That's what we want to do. And if we can beat Forest, I'd make us favourites. Just 11 for any other team. Oh. Manchester City didn't play, did they? Chelsea drew. Manchester United were thrashed. So they have now played 2 games more than us. Manchester City didn't play. So we can go back to being 2 points ahead if we beat Nottingham Forest. And really, these boys need to know that I'm not going to be very happy if they don't beat Nottingham Forest. I mean, I'm taking risks. The risk I'm taking is that this Nottingham Forest are not good enough to play a control possession game. I mean, you just got to... Their passing is probably not brilliant. We could go and have a look. They're going to need passing, vision, decisions in order to play. They're also going to need all the pressing qualities. Nah, they're not good enough. An applicant. Who's he? Did I sign a player? He's a winger. He's pretty... Oh, I signed him as a striker, didn't I? I remember now. I remember him. He's took his time to make his mind up. He's decent. It says unlikely to improve, but I think he could improve under my guidance. I think he'll improve. I think he would be a decent player. We might even go to a wing play style next time. Tonali, Peterson, both fit. Come on, boys. Let's do this. Arwell Davis for Doig. I actually agree with that. I shouldn't be playing Doig. Arwell Davis is a much better player. Higher tempo. Yep, let's go for it then. I thought we already were playing with a higher tempo. Let's go for higher tempo. And let's really get in their face. Let's really go for them. I think we can do this. Arwell Davis probably would be a better choice. He's fully fit. Let's play the first team as far as we can pick it. Who would be a better guide than an academic director? Oh boy. A long way from football, that, Tunkai. A long way from football. Although just as stressful, I imagine. They're probably both equally stressful. Ooh. I just want to say, go out there, relax, and play your natural game, especially for these two boys. So that's what I'm going to do. I very seldom do that. I want them to relax, play their natural game, and win this football match. I don't often say that, but in games like this, maybe it's worth a try sometimes. Just forget the pressure you're under. score a couple of goals and the manager can forget the pressure he's under then as well. But that's not exactly your natural game, boys. Come on, we should be absolutely pushing them into their own goal. We should be really at them. Look at this, straight away, outside on the flanks. Where my attacking wing-back is, but he's responding. Just got to make sure we are better than the opposition, and we are. But let's go to my assistant, and let's ask him to make some decisions here. Hudson-Odoi probably needs tight marking. Asprilla definitely needs tight marking. And let's just get... Come on, come on! This is a brilliant football team. Show how brilliant you are. You're right, ZSM. He's gone off the boil a little bit, but that's okay, because he will come back to form, and I'd prefer him to come back to form at the end of the season rather than now. I'd like him banging in goals in the finals. So hopefully 4-4-2. I really should play with a standard line because I hate the 4-4-2. I'm taking a big chance here that they cannot play a control possession game. I mean, teams like Manchester City play control possession. You've got to have very, very good technical players, very, very powerful players. Oh, come on, boys, come on. Kamalo's off the boil as well. They've got to have the range of skills, and Nottingham Forest probably don't have those. Oh, and once again, we're the better team. With the match momentum entirely with Newcastle, but the shots on target ratio is good. Arwell Davis, again, he's having a good game down the left. And I wonder if I should switch my focus from the right-hand side, have my attacking wing-back on the left-hand side. Although I think they're both attacking at the moment, aren't they? Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Who's that? And this is where you need a standard line because they're trying to exploit that space. And it's worrying. And if it does look like they can play a control possession game, I am going to drop my line. But that's not control possession. That's lumping the ball up the pitch and hoping for the best. This is lovely. Go on, son. Go on, Kanote. His first touch let him down. Oh, boy, come on, boys. I don't want another draw. We have to win a game eventually. Very, very rarely. If we go on a bad run, then I guess then you're going to have to change in order to recover. But very, very rarely, just for a single opposition. You want your players to play in the way that they know how to play. I mean, you'd make tweaks. For example, if they're both wing backs are high, then focus down the flanks. If both wing backs are defending deep, then focus down the middle. Make little tweaks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with a standard line because 4-4-2 is awful. I hate 4-4-2s. This is not working. This press never is working. We're going to have to shout at them. But this is not good enough. For some reason, the 4-4-2 formation is the worst formation to play against. I don't know why that should be, and I've had success myself with a 4-4-2. It's almost like the perfect formation. But I do feel I need to stop them getting down the flanks because they are looking very dangerous. I need also my defenders to have more time at the back because they want to press, and pulling my defenders back will give me more time, give them more time on the ball. They're not under so much pressure, and that's better. Go on, Sam. There you go, Kamalo. Get in, son. I wondered when you were going to wake up. Kamalo. The Coritiba boys have done it. Got one anchor and a segundo volante on attack. Sometimes I will play him against the bigger teams. Sometimes I'll play the segundo on a support duty. But against these teams, he's going to play on an attack role. There's no need for us to have 6 good defenders back there. 5 should be able to cope. And it does mean that the Volante does get caught out of position. He's already up here, João Neves. And any balls through here, quick balls through here, could have caught him out of position. But I think we only need 5 good defenders back there, not 6. Oh, the 4-4-2 midfield. I always use... Oh, Shazabari! I always use a box-to-box and a ball winner in a 4-4-2. I just love playing with a box-to-box and a ball winner. It comes from the old Manchester United 4-4-2, where they had players like Roy Keane, and then you had the box-to-box like Paul Scholes. Super stuff. And I think it's such a perfect combination. And there you go. Kamalo's playing with the freedom. And that's what we told them to do. Go out there, have some fun. And a lot of shots. I'm happy. Strikers are surely about to get back. They will. They're too good to stay out of form for too long. So they will get back in form. And hopefully at the end of the season, when we're in the big games at the end of the season. But it's nice to see Kamalo getting one. And Asprilla has been a bit of a pest. I did identify him as a pest. But he might be taking set pieces. No, it's Hudson-Odoi taking set pieces. This game isn't over yet. That was pretty close. But I think, having gone back into the mid-block, I stopped them putting pressure on me. Who's Ashton Muir? What's he up to? Ashton Muir. Sub, is he? Midfield. Oh, he's been on all the time, hasn't he? What's his beef? Oh, he's got a weak right foot, so we'll put him on his right foot and give him a hard tackle. Tell him that he can't be doing what he's doing. Arne Slot, I like him. I think he is a well-balanced person. I like him a lot. He doesn't get excited. He knows what his job is, gets on with his job. He's very good in interviews. Doesn't pull any punches in interviews. And Kim Gray has got one. And it's 3-0. See, we're better in the mid-block, aren't we? Yeah, ZSM, I really like him. I like his personality. I like his manner, the way he deals with people. Doesn't get excited. Knows his job and just gets on with it. And that's what makes him really good. And likeable as well. Oh, thought we were going to get 4 then. 3-0 will do me nicely. But Manchester City are beating West Ham as well. It's just going down to the wire, isn't it? There's nothing anyone can do about this. Us or Man City, the game has decided. It's going down to the last day. There's that little ball over the top with the 4-4-2. And unless he's offside, I mean, that's what happens with a 4-4-2. It's crazy. It's disallowed. And the thing is, and that was like another lump it up the pitch ball. And my assistant, or my scout, told me they were going to play with a controlled possession. This is nothing like controlled possession. It's just lump it up the pitch and run after it. Sometimes your scouts get it wrong, I guess. Although, that said, expected style of play, not definite style of play. Go on, Gray. Unlucky. How can you get it that wrong? Complete opposites. It's just not possible to get it that wrong. To say, I had designed a tactic once called lump it up the pitch. This Nottingham Forest team would love that. Anderson is tired now. I'm going to give Ward-Prowse a game. Why not? But he's not going to play there. Just give Just give Ward-Prowse a game. If you do it that way, it doesn't work. If you do it that way, it works. And we're going to... I'm going to get Naves off the field as well. And so Larson can come on. Harwell Davis needs a rest. Patterson can come on here. And then my poor defenders are struggling. Marcos needs to be rested next game. The Velociraptor, these boys don't need resting. Gray might need a rest. So, yep, Suwone can come on for Gray. Yeah, he's gone to you're right. It's a good spot. He's gone to DM. You've got to do it that way. You can't do it that way for some reason. He turns into a central midfielder. And then when you put him back, he becomes a DM, which isn't very good. So, messed that corner up, didn't I? So, okay. Yoro has 1 assist. That's good to see. These two boys have 2 key passes, but they've been pretty much put to sleep, really. This long pass out here, what has this got to do with control passing, playing out from the back? I suppose you could call it playing out from the back. It's just a long pass. I should have realised as soon as I saw a 4-4-2 that should override what my scout was saying. I mean, this is classic 4-4-2 play, looking down the flanks. But unfortunately, you're not going down the flanks now, because I've lowered my line. Oh, poor pass. Who was that? But that's been nicked by Kamalo. Kamalo's having a good game today. Yeah, it is a little bit ZSM. Although we are a few years advanced into the future. Oh, what a strike, but what a save. What a save. I've got one more sub. I got to remember I got one more sub to make. And I am struggling for players at the moment with injuries. Come on, let's make it 4-0, boys. Gone to sleep a little bit. Look at this counter-attack. This is the classic 4-4-2. Absolute classic 4-4-2, this. Well defended. And that's the benefit of having a lower line, because having a line that deep gives your defenders more time to react to stuff. And he just waited because he knew he had time. Oh, what a strike. That would have been a good goal. I shouldn't have told them to just go out and play, have fun out there, because now they're playing like twits. All right, I'm going to ask my assistant to give me some help here. And Hudson Odoi, I just want to keep type marking them. And we should just see this game out now. I don't think so. I mean, that's completely down to how you set up your corners. And I don't do any of that nonsense. That's my set piece coach's job. So I don't think it will have any effect. I wish I was doing my own, but it just takes too much time. Come on, oh, it's deflected. And I just don't want to do things when you're doing a save online that takes too much time. I'd probably end up changing it for every game. And so, yeah, I mean, but it just takes too much time. It would be, if I had to do a save of my own, there'd be so much more I'd be doing. I'd be in the training all the time. Seasons used to take me a long time, but I didn't mind that because I really got in depth into it. One more sub. There's a lot of glitches in these games at the moment. Canote is just not himself at the moment, is he? Let's give Marcos needs a rest next game. Frimpong can come off. Marcos definitely needs a rest. But it's Lazio, I think, next, isn't it? Well, I don't think I can rest him for that. Here we go. Control passing, play out from the back. And that is full time. And Manchester City have won again. It's relentless. Just, how are we going to get ahead of Manchester City? We still have a game in hand. And that will take us 2 points clear, but that's not going to be enough. We have now qualified for the Champions League, and that's what I wanted this season. And in fact, the club vision was to qualify for the Europa League. So what the board got to say about that? Delighted we're challenging for the title. Reached the lower... Yeah, we're in the cup final. We won the EFL Cup. Yeah, we're doing well. We're well on course. Oh, set the initial budget. Oh, come on. Only 231 million. What is the matter with them? You can afford a bit more than that. My goodness me. You put like Frimpong's 90 million on top of that. That's like 320 million. Oh, boy. At least 232. Oh, dear. 3 players. You think so, Andy, for that kind of money? I'm thinking 1 player. I'm just thinking 1 player. Where is he? Could be him. At 228 million. But the one I'd really be looking at... Oh, there's one here. Paulo Roberto. He's a playmaker, but he can play as a volante. He'd make a very good volante. And there's another one, which I can't seem to find at the moment. I think he's being scouted. But this one, this boy, I'm thinking bringing him in would be just something special. I mean, what kind of a player is that? Only, but he would use up my transfer budget. I don't know how I'm going to play next year. I might have to consider changing the way we are playing. I don't know yet. Maybe I'm going to have to draft some wingers in. I want Marcos to train for 2 days. To rest for 2 days. He's really having a problem. Will Davis needs a rest as well. Karaoke can rest. No, he doesn't need a rest. What's the matter? So he hasn't played. So we'll give those boys 1 day's rest. And I want Marcos to rest for 2 days. He's been playing a lot of football lately, Marcos. Yeah, he's on my shopping list. You saw Silva was there. I've been chasing him for about a year, but I've had other priorities. It may be that it's time for him to come in. Certainly strengthen us at the back. And we need to have plenty of players in those central defender positions. I might even go to a 3 at the back next year, which would be an interesting thing to do. With the quality, if I could bring him in, and if we look at the quality that we've got, centre-back with Lenny Yoro and Marcos, not so much Biomo, but we have Jesus Abba and Guehi. We could even go 3 at the back for next season. We've played it before. There's no reason why we couldn't do it again. Notice that the youth candidates are really rubbish, aren't they? Absolute rubbish. Gray is going to get a goal bonus. How many has he scored then? Must be 20, is it? Target of 15. It's not a very big target. Oliveira, striker. Plenty of good forwards out there, I'm noticing. There's lots, but not very many good midfielders. What did I learn from last time? That they're not very good, really. But I'm just going to play in a mid-block. I think we're playing better in the mid-block. I think probably a standard line of defence. I think we're playing better that way. I don't want to play the higher tempo. We're just going to go back to slightly higher. We don't want to do that. And we'll come down a little bit on that. It's all about fitness levels now. Silva has been on my he's been on my list, shopping list, for about a year and a half since I came to Newcastle. So fair play. I'll just introduce the goal. If I get one super chat, I'll go on for another hour. I don't know if that'll work. No longer a weakness. He's a good enough player. Although, if it's no longer a weakness, what they're saying is he's improving. So let's get him improving more. If he's improving, let's go for it. Showing no improvement, definitely take that off then. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. You're the boss there. Top talents. Oh, he has signed that boy. Although I don't rate him. Hopes to be sold, hopes to be sold, hopes to be sold, hopes to be sold. Sowone's happy that he will be included in the European squad next year. Have I been drinking Red Bull today? Well, I'm just trying to... YouTube's introduced these new things called goals. I don't think that bribery is the best way to go about things, but I'll give it a try. And if somebody does give us a super chat of that value, then we'll do an extra hour. So, but I'm quite prepared to do an extra hour for free, but not this time when we're in the cup finals. I just think YouTube sometimes is very silly when they're coming out with these things. Who's gonna do that? I don't want Frimpong in the team, to be perfectly frank. I'm gonna go with his suggestion and then change it because he does the subs bench better than I would. And why is Jesus Abba left out in the cold? Jesus Abba plays instead of Marcos. And then we switch those over. And look at that for a team. Shazafarino. Marcos can now come on the bench. Or do we give Mark? No, we don't give him a complete rest. Who's this geezer? Oh, he's the 16-year-old, isn't he? Interesting. Moreno, Mike Parry, never heard of him. So we'll, Peterson is one fullback. We're short of fullbacks, aren't we? Marcos can probably play as a fullback. Yeah, he can play as a right fullback. Moreno is a fullback. And then it's a mixed bunch here. Only one midfielder. Any good. My plans for tomorrow, Rick, are my hospital appointment has been cancelled. So it's not until next week, but I just don't want to go to it, so I might even find an excuse not to go, but don't tell anybody. So I think that tomorrow my plans are midday to be doing the Ipswich live stream and continuing with their quest. And they are now 23 points clear at the top of the league, which is quite stunning. I'm going to play Peterson instead of Frimpong. I don't like Frimpong anymore. Arwell Davis, they're all fit. They've had a rest. They're all fit. So let's get on with this. Gwynzar is no good. Well, he's no good to me. I mean, if I'm going to play, I might play with wingers. But even so, he's not the greatest winger in the world. So get rid of him. So he needs a work. Oh, he's set to. Who is he? Oh, he's the attacking midfielder. So he will. When is 15th of June? He's coming in. So yeah, I've got a funny feeling I might be going to wingers. So let's take him off the list just in case. It's too late. I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. Take him off the list then. Because I think I do have to make a change next season. What time am I streaming? It's about midday, 12 o'clock, midday. I stream 6 days a week now. Saturday I have off to watch the footy. And then I watch the footy on Sunday because I'm streaming late on Sunday. So those are nice days. He wants more quickness. Okay, let's do more quickness for you. Well, he wants more quickness. We'll do more quickness. No problem. I think Lamb has the potential to be a really good player, but Gwynzay, I don't think he's anywhere near that kind of standard. Lamb and Suwon are just like would get into any other team. Kamalo, yeah, his form's not bad. But he probably, he's okay about it because he's quite determined. And Euro, definitely. Wary. Probably because there was one bad game in there. So be careful with those things. Okay, so Roma are 1-1 with Olympic Lyon. And we are 1-0 up against Lazio. How did I decide to go into this game in the end? Positive. Yep, happy with that. Happy with that. Standard mid-block. Happy with that. I hope that is the right way. I think we are playing better in a low block, in a mid-block, than we are with a high line. I kind of like to play. I want to play more direct. And I might expect, if we can win the league with a couple of games to spare, I'm going to experiment with it. It's funny to see a 16-year-old in the squad. Away goals. Yeah, it's strange why they took that out. It doesn't make any sense to me why they took that away. It's just why it was a good way of deciding, because it's hard to score goals away from home. No, I don't want to be saying that. Our home form is important to us. I trust you to make the difference. I don't want to put too much pressure on them, because they're under enormous pressure at the moment to win and keep winning. I blame the fans. Just be defensively sensible and you'll be okay, boys. Nicely done, Euro. And when I think about the big names that are in this team, it's hard to imagine that Manchester City are actually a better team than us, and that even Chelsea are a better team than us. And I wonder, where do I need to improve? Definitely, I know I need to improve in midfield. I'm short of players in midfield. I've only got 4, and one of those is leaving. Euro has been pushed up into the anchor role. So I've only got 4. I need 5. And it's hard to know where the problem is. My scouts are not finding anybody who's good enough to play in the team. And so that is a big problem. There's no point in bringing a midfielder in if he's not good enough to play in the team. But there's tons of good strikers out there and thousands of good attacking mids out there. But there just aren't any midfielders that they can find who are good enough to come into this team, because the 4 that we have are great players. Neves and who's the other one? Neves, Landerson, Tonali, Euro, Larsson. They're great players, and finding players better than them is really hard. Oh, come on, boys. Come on, we're better than this. Much better than this. We can do this. We've got to qualify for the final. We must. Oh, good tackle. Go on, Euro. He's doing what Jesus Abba was doing just now. Thinks he's a winger. Get back. Oh, my goodness me. Now we're going to be short at the back. Euro, don't do that. Well, it's all Newcastle at the moment, but that doesn't mean anything. You can actually see the focus of play is totally down the flanks. And I think from last time, the standard line was enough to deal with it. Don't have to go any lower. It's just a case of, can we score, really? Really is. That's all it's about. Can we score? And at the moment, looking at it, no, we can't. Yeah, I'm thinking, said Sam, that I do have some really good young wingers coming through. and other players can play on the wing. One or two of my strikers can play on the wing. So it might be a switch. I don't know what I'm going to do. Depends on who I sign in the summer. I could also go back to the 4-1-2-2-1 because there's plenty of centre mids out there. Which means then I've got to look for a couple of good centre mids. Go on, son, go on. Get in! Get in! Harwell Davis! What a player he is. Left fullback. Get in. So I might even, train them again in the 4-1-2-2-1. Because I'm pretty sure this team playing in that style would be invincible. Got a little deflection. It was going wide, actually, wasn't it? So it's an own goal. And this looks like we are going through to the final. Touch wood. Famous last words we don't want. I remember one set of famous last words. Don't worry, Monica, nobody's ever going to find out. Famous last words. Does anybody else know any famous last words? Don't worry, Monica, nobody's ever going to find out. Oh, another chance. Come on. We've got this. This will be another unbeaten session. Just that bloody draw against Bournemouth that's let us down, isn't it? We usually have one draw per session, don't we? This time it was bloody Bournemouth that did us. Hillary did find out. Absolutely. And Olympic Lyon are 3-0 up against Roma. I think that's a done deal. Hag saying it Hadfield doesn't affect him. Yes. And Ten Hag saying the board are completely with me. And then 2 days later he's sacked. Famous last words. And it's gone in again, another deflection. This time it is an own goal. It's 2-0. 3-0 on aggregate. And Lazio are stunned. Rick, I'm excited. I'm kind of like just going at it with an open mind. He's been training the team 3 at the back. Will he start with that? Possibly not, because most of the first team have been away on international duty. So you can't expect them to come back, have one training session and know how to play it. So I think he will. Will he start with the 3 at the back? Hard to say. Unless he leaves the first team players out and plays the team that he's been training. Yes, I am Chris for my sins. I'm certainly, the game is live, I believe, on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to watching it to see what he does. And I just hope that the team can take to this 3 at the back. I don't know if they can. I think 1 or 2 of the managers before tried 3 at the back and they were all over the place. We shall see. Ramirez has a cut finger, I know that. And Peterson is very tired. I have to keep an eye on Peterson. Let's go to the assistant. I just want to make sure that he's on his job. I don't think even Jay Stansfield needs marking now. They've made a substitution. They haven't bothered us in the slightest, have they? Lovely pass. Who was that? That was a lovely pass. Go on, Florian. You got this. Oh, bad pass. Penalty, ref. He's given a penalty. Well, we got away with one there because that was a shocking pass. It's a really poor pass. But we'll take the penalty. He's fading fast. And it's going to be Tonali. He's pretty good on pens. It's now 3-0. And I think we can say we are in the final. God blimey. The next episode is going to be an absolutely unbelievable episode. We're going to finish the league and we're going to have the FA Cup final and the Europa Cup final. What an episode that is going to be. I'm just wondering if anybody can come over and play it for me because of my nerves. I don't think I'll be able to stand it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can we win all 3? That will be something. To win 3 trophies in one episode. Wouldn't that be possibly a good idea, Simon? Wouldn't that be something special? In any episode since I've been a content creator, I have never won 3 trophies in a single episode. I've won 2 in a single episode. Frimpong. I'm not letting him near the team bus, Sandy. Oh, what a strike. Come on, boys. Let's really embarrass them. Come on. 3 episodes in an episode would be just like, I'll never top that. That would be like the best ever. Can we do that? What day is it today? I have no idea. Tuesday? So that will be Thursday. Thursday. Can we do it? Frimpong. He's going to be sitting right up in row Z, Frimpong. He's upset me, boy. He's not coming anywhere near the team bus. The last person to upset me was Larson, and he's now in the reserves. You don't want to really upset me. Come on, boys. We need another one. Well, we don't need it. I just like it. Go on, Tonali. You're in. Not good enough. Time to make some changes. We make some changes early today. And certainly Peterson needs to come off. Why are they messing about with Frimpong? There you go, boys. Frimpong can come on and have a game. João Neves probably can come off. Landerson can come on for him. Shazavari, Gray. Let's give Gray a rest. Siedemar is back fit, so he can come. Is he left or right? It's both the same. And then nice to have Siedemar back. I think we'll leave it at that. Arwell Davis looks like he needs a rest. But we'll leave it at that for the moment. So come on, boys. Let's get this goal that we need. Make it 4. Punish them. Good pass. Lovely ball to the back post. Come on, Davis. What is he standing there for? I think he probably is tired. He's like stood there saying, what do I do now? What? I lost the ball. What do I do next? He's got a donkey. You just gotta love FM graphics. What's that? Free kick or penalty? A red card? What's he whinging about? Is he? He's. You can see it's outside the box. He did, didn't he? He just stood there and just like, what's going on here? And you could clearly see that was a free kick, not a penalty. You don't need VAR to sort that out. He's coming off after this, because if you don't know where you are, you've got a problem. What a twit. Look, this is always happening. So, Moreno. Ooh, that's a problem, though, because I don't actually have a natural left back. But I'm pretty sure that Moreno can play on that side. Probably not, but he's got to be able to do a decent job on that side. We just make him, to make his life easier, we make him a wing back on support, so he doesn't have to do too much. Shazavari's getting tired, but I don't mind. He can play, he's young, fit. I don't lose the plot here, guys. Look at that from Moreno. What a good call that was for me to bring him on in a position he doesn't know anything about. But he did a super job there. Go on, there he is. You got this. See? What a call that was. He's coming, he's running his legs off. Go on, make a forward run. Go for it. Then a little cross into the box. And get yourself a nice little assist. And it was, I don't know how much of a tactical genius thing it was. It's just I didn't have anybody else. Oh, that was a strike. Like, I suppose I could have put my reserve goalkeeper in there. Look, he can't play there at all, bless him. But he's made two very good plays, so well done, boy. I think I'll give Tonali a rest as well, if I've got a DM. Shall we bring on this young lad, 16 years old? Shall we bring him on? He can play. He can have a game. His tackling is good. Marking is good. He can come on as the anchor, can't he? Let's give him a game. 16 years old. Debut for him in the Europa League. 20 minutes to play. Let's see how he gets on. We're 3-0 up. Go on, 16 years old. Europa League debut. Has he got the nerve to take this on? He's got 20 minutes. He might even score. You never know. Although not playing as an anchor, he won't. But we're so dominant in this game. It's worth giving. Come on, let's have some highlights then. Well, I'm going to go to comprehensive because I want to see him play. It's not nice that you're not letting me see him play. See, even in comprehensive, nothing. Oh. Florian Wirtz into the box, punched away. Where is he? Where is he? Keep an eye on him. That must be him. Yeah, there he is. Keep an eye on him. He's holding his position nicely. Go on, give him a pass. Go on, don't be nasty. Give him a pass. Now then, defensively, how good you are. Nicely done, Landerson. He can't get anywhere near the ball, can he? Oh, he was just about to get the ball then, and the highlight ended. Come on, he hasn't touched the ball yet. Oh, this is a load of old nonsense, FM is. He still hasn't touched the ball. They're bypassing him. There he is. Good lad. He survived 20 minutes, though. He's done well. He hasn't let us down. Where is he? There he is. Yay! He's touched the ball and he's got a pass completion there as well. Why is his name covered all the time? It's because I'm tracking him. Go on, Frimpong. I can't believe I said that. Frimpong's in the doghouse. He's done himself proud. He should be having a... What's he got? He's got a 6.6. He's done himself proud. He'll go home after this. He'll go home after this and he'll be telling his mum how proud he is of himself. What a debut he's had as well. He's done himself proud. Look at that. He's charging up the pitch. He's enjoying himself. 16, making his debut in the Europa League. And that's it. Looks like full time. Team is knackered. Absolutely knackered. I think that if there's a break here, I don't think there is a break, is there? They need to have a week's break so I can rest them for 3 days. That's how you handle two-legged tie. Well done, boys. I nearly stormed out then. Oh, that was close. Roma came back, but we are going to be playing Olympic Lyon in the final. I think we can beat them. I think we can beat Olympic Lyon. I would have been probably less sceptical, less confident about Roma. Olympic Lyon, I think we got the measure of them. There we go. Have a little rest, boys. I can only do 1 day, I'm afraid. Gunduz Gilich Park Place. Where is that? Where is it? Turkey, is it? Oh, the finals in Turkey. Proud moment for Kieran Petrie. A 16-year-old made his debut. 6.6, he did quite well there. Playing Olympic Lyon in the final. It means the cup final has been rearranged for some reason. So that's going to be it for tonight. The super chat didn't come. So we're going to end it there. But on Thursday, we are going to play all of them. We've got Leeds, Sheffield United and Leicester that will decide the Premier League. And then we will be playing Olympic Lyon in the oh boy, and then the cup final against Sheffield United. I have never won 3 trophies in an episode ever before. I've won 2, but I've never won 3. So it's okay, Rick, no problem. So hopefully you'll come back on Thursday and see, can I win 3 trophies in one session on Thursday? What a night that will be. I might have to go and buy a bottle of wine, I think. What a night that will be. Can I do it? We shall find out. Thanks for coming, guys. I really do love doing these live streams. I love the interaction. I love the way you interact and chat with me, and questions and everything is going on, and I absolutely love it. Thank you. No, I can't wear a suit. I don't own a suit, Andy. If I have to go to a funeral, I'm screwed. I don't own a suit. So we're just going to be as we are. If somebody wants to come here and play these games for me, I'll be very happy, because this is squeaky bum time on Thursday. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it. And we shall see you on Thursday. Take care. Be safe. And see you Thursday.